Yo, 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 it's another edition of the Geeky Bros Podcast. I am Darcy, or just Darcy.
And this Big Geek Umar, how y'all doing today?
Pretty good. Obviously, we're here without Tactix again for another bit, at least for the beginning half. We'll never know. He might just jump in out of nowhere to surprise us.
Our boy is taking care of school right now, so like he may be jumping in, jumping out, but we know he's killing it no matter what.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so, I mean, this weekend's a big weekend. Not for any big reason or whatnot, any movie drops or anything like that. Umar, you haven't seen the movie yet, have you?
Okay, so in my defense, yes, I have already seen Doctor Strange. However, we will be not discussing it because I'm the only one here who has.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're gonna go see it on tomorrow. So we will be dropping a after the theater spoiler-free review of the film, and then next Friday we'll be giving a full review on the film.
Sounds good. I look forward to it. I mean, you can only half look forward to it at this point.
Actually, I am actually really looking forward to it because yo, Heroes World, yo, Bebop. Yeah, like I'm
I didn't see the comments yet. I was super confused. I was like, Heroes World. I'm like, what? That's part of the movie.
Yeah.
Are you spoiling something? I'm so confused.
No. Like I am glad I'm rewatching Doctor Strange because I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of stuff happening in that I missed. Or I wouldn't say I missed. Like, no, I missed. I missed some stuff because a lot of other stuff was like happening, and also, I had to go get like glasses, which was also frustrating.
Oh, oh yeah. But I feel like Doctor Strange. I mean, I haven't watched anything since the first trailer dropped. I just like one, Doctor Strange isn't necessarily like the movie I'm most excited for, but I know it'll be good, so that helps me not like have to look everything up. But two, it just means I just want to go in as knowing as little as possible. That way, it's a better movie for me. And unlike some people who scroll YouTube and then get spoiled by big things. I mean,
Okay,
there is something
that hurts me, right?
Oh, I know. I mean, that's your fault. It's just what happened to you. So that's why, like, I stay away from like all the information. Of course, I do know
I was
there is.
even looking for it.
Yeah, I do know one actor who's going to be in the movie because we all kind of know because it was in the first trailer. But then I saw people put their thumbnails up. But whatever. Forget people in their thumbnails. Umar, what are we going to be talking about today?
I'm just gonna say because like I just need to like whine about it publicly. I was on YouTube. I was minding my own business, just trying to find some trailers for something completely different. I was scrolling down, and some jackass just said leaked footage and a big ass thumbnail that was what turned out to be the biggest reveal of this film. So I'm not gonna say what it is. All I'm gonna say is it happened to me. I'm glad it didn't happen to you. I hope it doesn't happen to nobody else, and that guy should go not die in hell, just like or rot in hell. Just like bro, get some bad karma, and I hope like you just get dysentery or something.
Wow, dysentery. That was a word the thing is, my mom is a nurse, so that is just too much visual for me right there.
Sorry.
Let's move on, Umar. Let's get into it.
Moving on. Okay, so our first bit of geeky news for today. I know is we were it has been reported that Keanu Reeves has been cast in the MCU. We don't know what it is, and rumors are going crazy trying to find out who he's going to be. I'm just going to say that I'm really happy about this because it's about time. And also, second of all, we all love Keanu. I don't know anyone who don't love Keanu. He's a national treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And thirdly, I'm not going to lie. I'm really hoping he's Ghost Rider. That's just me personally.
Interesting. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people putting up thumbnails and images and stuff like that, like Ghost Rider. A lot of people want Wolverine out of him. I don't. No. I don't. No offense. I don't want another tall Wolverine. That's the one thing that like we haven't gotten out of Wolverine is the fact that he's small and that like scrappy nature. So I want Wolverine to just be played by. There's got to be a small, fit dude who's out here just trying to get a role, okay? And it could be perfect for Wolverine. That's all I'm saying. Give them small guys some helping hand out here. Kevin Hart needs I'm kidding. Kevin Hart's not the right guy.
Yo, okay. If Kevin Hart got cast as Wolverine, I would actually be okay with it just to see if he could do a serious role.
He actually can do serious.
I heard
roles.
he did a movie with Wesley Snipes, right?
Yeah, it's a series on Netflix.
Oh.
So good. It was so good. He also did another one, Bryan Cranston, where Bryan Cranston was basically a disabled man.
Oh,
and he'd take care of him.
With Nicole Kidman, right?
Yeah. It was definitely more on the humor side from Kevin's part for most of the movie, but there were definitely points where he would get emotional and he knew what he was doing. But he was far better on his own Netflix original with Wesley Snipes. But anyways, moving back over here to Keanu, I don't mind the Ghost Rider. However, I'm like, part of me kind of doesn't want that in the MCU. Like, part of me just like, I feel like that. I get it. It's very like a good cross from John Wick. It feels like it's gonna work very well. But I'm just kind of thinking, like, in everything else we got in the MCU, you're gonna have like a skull flaming dude rolling up against the characters we got right now. I feel like we need more setup.
I'm just saying right now, if Keanu Reeves comes in with a leather jacket and is like, I gotta go take care of some people, get on a motorcycle, and his head turns to flames and he pulls out a chain and starts chasing people, I'm all for it.
I'm for it. I feel like there's a movie or two we haven't seen yet to set up for that to feel at home in the MCU. Is what I'm saying. Like, when we get Blade and he's like maybe part of like the dark MCU where we got Blade and other stuff happening, but
Moon Knight and all, and then like
but none of the Morbius stuff. Even Moon Knight is not dark enough for me. Like, it's
not. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
I can also see him as Silver Surfer, but then he would have to be the voice, not actual like person.
Yeah. That's not. I don't want to see that neither. I don't know.
Who do you want?
You know, I don't want this, but I did see a picture of somebody imagining him as oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name right now. The leader of Fantastic Four, Reed.
Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah. And I was just like, and it was I almost included it in here, but I didn't know if we were gonna go there. But it was like, it looked good. I don't know if he's the right actor, but it was like, it looked good. That
I don't know if I can see that.
I agree.
Can see him.
No. I agree. He just looked good in the suit. Is what I was getting at. Yeah. Outside of that, I kind of want to see him play, like, I don't know the Marvel universe well enough, but I kind of want to see him play like a godly like being from another planet. Like, I
could see him like playing. Well, no, they've already casted it, but like he would have been a cool Namor.
Interesting. Yeah, potentially. I feel like I want to see him something more.
No, he couldn't really pull off Regal. He's too he's like one of the people. So I can't really see him as like royalty or being like ego, like being that prideful.
You need to have faith, man. Yeah, man. This guy can do more than you think. You're putting the bar too low. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Drop it on us.
He could be actually an absolutely terrifying Sabretooth.
True that. Oh, now I ain't even thinking about the X-Men characters, other than like the Wolverine comment I made. Yeah, now I'm trying to think here, like, what could he play from the X-Men universe?
He could also be Mr. Sinister.
That could be good. Yeah. I gotta have a drink of my water right now. Give me 1 second. You just move on to the next topic, Umar.
All right. So like for me, I personally am. I'm happy. Like I'm happy he's in the MCU. I'm glad we're getting. I just hope it's not going to be like a one-shot character where it's like Was that the voice of Keanu Reeves? And then we never hear from him again, or if he just like walks up and he's like, actually, I wouldn't mind if he was like a love interest for like some female person, like he was just literally like the love interest. That would be cool.
Interesting. Just a love interest. Kind of a waste, but
Agreed, but like at the same time, hmm. And why can't guys just be the love interest?
No, absolutely, absolutely. I just feel like you're gonna pay a lot of money for him to show up and just kiss someone's face.
Well, if they do the whole like Marvel reveal thing, he'll just like take off his shirt, and then kiss somebody, and then everyone will be like, "Let's trust me, the women will be happy."
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know if he's fit like that, but like, okay, Umar's on a whole other train right now. I think we need to just move on down the line, Umar.
Moving on. All right, so we have heard further information regarding the Fast and the Furious 10 film. So they lost Justin Lin, but they also gained Louis Leterrier, who is famous. Or I butchered his name. I apologize, but he's known for I think best known for the oh my god, the driving guy, the transporter.
Oh, yeah, another movie with cars. Yep, got it.
Exactly. I think he also did the Incredible Hulk as well. So it's like he does have some action behind his name.
Oh yes, perfect, exactly. A C-level superhero movie mixed with a guy who drove cars sometimes throughout the film. This is a perfect mix for this film. I mean, this film's doomed. Like, let's be honest here.
I mean, it's so doomed that like the director jumped ship.
Yeah, I mean, you know what this kind of is? It's the reverse of Zack Snyder getting replaced by a director who turns out to be a douchebag. It's a director who leaves because of a douchebag.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a huge fan of Vin Diesel as a person, and or an actor. Like I'm really happy with this group, but that's about all I can really say. And I have heard that when it comes to like interviews with female interviewers and also with other like female cast members, he can get really creepy. I haven't heard anything like beyond that, but like I heard he can get really creepy to like attractive interviewers. So like I'm just like, this doesn't really surprise me.
Interesting. I never heard that before. I heard rumors at one point that he was on the completely other side of the tracks at one point, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but people want to spread all kinds of stuff all
That's
the time,
fair.
and it's
Yeah.
like, and that was spread during a time when, like, being on the other side of the tracks was a bad thing. So like, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is when it comes to this like this franchise. It's X because it's
It's dead.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. There were things go to die, is what I was gonna say. But
Go
sorry,
on.
go on.
No, I'm good. Go on.
I'm just curious if anybody else has any other feelings on this.
Oh, what up? What up? What up? I always seem to come when you guys are talking about the Fast series.
Serious?
Yep, it's your calling, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, what are we talking about?
We basically have just I've been talking about how I could not care less. The fact that like Louis Leterrier has taken over for Justin Lin. And also that like I'm not surprised that Vin Diesel turned out to be the asshole, because I've been as I was telling Darcy and everyone else who's watching, I've been hearing for years that Vin Diesel has a tendency of being really creepy to female interviewers.
Interesting. I didn't hear that, but yeah, I mean, I've kind of lost my steam for the whole Fast series now. I wasn't impressed with 9 at all, and judging by what's been going on with Fast 10, I'm kind of just like on to other things right now. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
Do you hear there was supposed to be 11 too? Like Justin Lin was supposed to be doing 10 and 11.
Yeah.
I know.
God.
I know. Like, it should have ended with 7. Like, we all know this. Everybody said, "Don't reboot this." They're like, "Oh, we're gonna reboot this." I'm like, everyone's like, "No, you had the perfect ending. Like, you had one of the best endings ever to handle a passing away. You just left it. You should have left it. Anyways, I mean, what do you think 11 would have been called? Like, Fast Out of Gas? I could never all of that was just set up so I could say that stupid ass joke.
Oh man. T, quick question. We're going to go back with just like one thing. What would you think if Kevin Hart played Wolverine?
Wait, what? Kevin Hart.
So left paper. Okay. Just for some context, because some people are talking about different things that we would want to see Keanu Reeves play in the MCU. And I was making the joke that I'm like, I don't need another tall person playing Wolverine. I actually want to see a smaller built person, because that's who Wolverine is. That would add to the character, right? And then I just made the offhanded comment. I'm like, Kevin Hart needs a role. So that's where I came from.
Yeah, nah, not at all.
I just want to see reaction, bro.
Oh, man.
I never want to see. I don't even want to see that in a parody.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not the right kind of dude for that.
No. I mean, I will say, like, he surprised me with that that limited series that he came out with. That was actually really good, but not enough to warrant a Wolverine role.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a hard pass for me on that one. Fucking hard pass. 100%.
It's a heart pass. A heart pass.
Yeah.
Umar did not get that joke.
No, I
Kevin,
didn't.
heart pass.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
I liked what Maybot just wrote. It's like we stand with our short kings, but Kevin Hart isn't Canadian.
Yeah. He also doesn't look like the dude you would see acting surly in the corner at a bar, which is who Wolverine is. So like he just like, dude, if he did that and pulled it off, the man would get an Oscar. Just on the fact that nobody believed he could do it.
I don't think the world is ready for that, man.
Tactix, you are like not having this. You don't even want to entertain it.
No, I just want to move on from the conversation. That's not happening.
I'm just saying that would be a bigger feat than the Heath Ledger Joker situation.
God, that's not even like in the same caliber at all, man.
No, but I'm saying, if he did it well,
but I could at least be like even with Heath Ledger, I was like, okay, but let's give him a chance. This, I'm like, no, don't even send him the script. Don't send him one letter from that script. No, absolutely no. Fuck no. I like Kevin Hart, man. He's a funny dude, but hell no, that's not happening.
I am so glad I went back on this topic.
That's not fucking happening, yo.
I
would rather Michael Cera play Wolverine than Kevin Hart, yo. That's not happening, yo.
It reminds me of like when Donald Glover did that like stand-up comedy. He was like, "Why don't we get like Michael Cera to play Shaq?" He's like, yeah.
Man, now I just need to see somebody CGI in Michael Cera into a bunch of things that don't make any sense.
Okay, I'm gonna own up to this, and Maybot properly called me out. I'm old because I did not know we stand equals we love.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, thank God. I was like, ooh.
I kept reading We Stand, and all I kept thinking about was Stand by Eminem, the song. So I was like on the wrong train for that.
I briefly read it, and I thought she was referencing Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A good thing is we're all old on this one. And Maybot, good for you.
All a 30-plus crowd here. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Moving on. So our next topic has to do with the fact that we've heard as of last week that Jon Watts, our beloved director of the Spider-Man home series trilogy was attached to Fantastic Four and has now left. The official statement is that he needs to take a break from superhero films. And Kevin Feige and everyone is wishing him well. That doesn't sound like there's any hard feelings. I hope there wasn't, because like my man did a good job with Spider-Man. But I'm not gonna lie, this hurt me a little bit, because I'm like, Fantastic Four has not had a good run. There have been 3 movies, and they all shit. But with Jon Watts, we could have had some great stuff. So yeah, this one hits me a little bit hard. How about you guys?
I have a question for Tactix before we get into this. Have you seen John Campia's theory on this?
No, not yet.
Okay, then you go first, and I'm gonna come last.
So, T, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I love what he did with the Spider-Man series, and while I'm not I wouldn't classify myself as a huge Fantastic Four fan per se. I definitely think that they need a strong win because they've had several attempts. There's actually been 4 movies. There was like one like old school, like I think it was like the
60s,
early 90s or late 80s or something like that. But yeah, that one didn't do too well either. Actually, no, there's actually some I don't know if it was controversy or something about like it wasn't even supposed to be released. Like they put all this money into shooting it and like getting it done, and then the studios actually tried hard not to have it released, and then I think it kind of leaked or it got out or something like that. I don't think it's possible to leak per se in back then, but
bootleg.
Yeah,
that's what they called it back then. Bootleg.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Fantastic Four definitely needs a win. It's unfortunate that he stepped down to direct it, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they find a better director. I think with Kevin Feige under the helm, and considering that from what I remember, I know he's a pretty avid fan of Fantastic Four, and so I would assume that he would, do his due diligence to get the right person to take over for this and give us a good, solid script with good characters and whatnot. So, I mean, I trust in Feige, so I'm hoping that everything kind of pulls through and it's okay. Like, when was this slated to be in pre-production, or like?
I think this was supposed to start filming in like a few months, but like, or no. I think he just started. I think he was just like he was just slated. So like, this is definitely like a 2024 film.
2000. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, I hope they find the replacement, a good, solid replacement at that. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I don't care all that much until I see the final product, because this isn't a movie I'm like highly anticipating. Okay. Like just to be honest, like, I mean, I'll still watch it. Like, you know me, I'll watch any superhero movie, but like, yeah, I'm not holding my breath on this one.
Okay. Darcy, let's hear John Campia's theory.
Before we get into that, I gotta call out Maybot Bro in here. 4 movies, neither fantastic. That's just great quote. Okay, so originally I was like, "Oh, that sucks," but then I saw John Campia, and they go talk about it, and he straight up thinks this is bullshit. This is not real. As in, it's not what's being said is a ploy, and next week we're gonna find out who's actually directing it. So what he believes is that everything is so amicable in what's being said between them, like, oh, we look forward to working together, that Kevin Feige asked him to step down, and he's gonna give him like a juicy movie later. But the reason, potentially, this is what John Campia believes, is that everybody wants John Krasinski to be in this film, and that he wouldn't. That maybe John Krasinski only wanted to take it on if he could direct it, and he's done such a good job in his last couple of films. Even Maybot's over here saying similar things. Krasinski as the director. and the fact that as well, like, you know, they're going this horror route, and A Quiet Place was pretty dope. But he's proven he's been a good director. And if it isn't him, I do like this idea, this theory that it's that Feige found a different director and is basically going to give Jon Watts something else later, because Umar's just dying over something.
Sorry, I just read Maybot's latest thing. Ooh, spicy tea.
It wasn't so funny for me until you said it. Now I understand how she meant it.
Sorry.
I read it and I was like, I don't get it. And then you said it, I'm like, now I get it. Okay. Yeah. So because Jon Watts right now is directing something else. Like, he's still working. And
Yeah.
it was presented like he needs a break. But if you kind of look at the evidence, he doesn't look like he needs any kind of break. He doesn't look like he's taking a break. He's stepping back, and it's likely because Kevin Feige's shifting something on purpose. And so it just plays amicably, and everything is written on both sides. Like, oh yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. Great. Oh yeah, I look forward to working together in the future. Absolutely. Everything is perfectly fine. There's no like creative differences, nothing like that. It's all set up so that like they absolutely would have no need to explain why they would work together in the future. Right? If he does another movie, like starts in 2024. I love the theory because everybody wants John Krasinski to be in this film.
Like,
and him directing it, I got no problem with that. The man's already proven that he like, the fact he built a whole film around the concept of silence and the use of sound just means he's got a depth of thinking of the experience differently. And if they are going to go down a more horror route, like let's say they take the inspiration of what they had from the last film, that the first half was all right and the second half was pure dookie, right? Like, maybe he's like, okay, we're gonna take some of that and we're gonna expand, but you know what you're doing, right? What do you guys think?
I'm all for it. It also allows for Emily Blunt to play Sue Storm.
Yeah.
And also, I don't see okay, so I wasn't thinking that Fantastic Four is considered like a horror-esque type, but if you do A Quiet Place's style of horror and suspense and thriller, and we're focusing it towards Doctor Doom, and if John's like, I like, especially given what we've gotten so far of Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four movies, like that were not fantastic. If John Krasinski does like a Doctor Doom horror-esque type version of him, yo, I'm all there. I'm like all in, because like Doctor Doom is, especially given like all the aspects of the multiverse that's from like Loki and like What If, and also obviously the Multiverse of Madness, and like all the stuff that we're reading is going to be done in quantum Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantum Mania or whatever. Yeah, like we are needing a Doctor Doom eventually, because he plays heavily in the stories that are multiversal combat related. So I can trust John Krasinski with doing portraying. Okay, I trust him to do a good film. I also trust him to do Reed Richards, because like frankly, like we've all been asking for it, like for years, consistently, nonstop. And I trust him to actually do a good Doctor Doom. So yeah, I'm all for it.
I'm gonna throw something up here from Maybot. I agree with this.
Maybot saying, "Fuck yes, give us a fearful Doctor Doom. Fucking love him. Amen." Doctor Doom is terrifying and is like just like, oh my god, in the comics, he is just, guys, I wish I could describe to you just how fucking awesome he is. Like, he is just wow. Just wow.
Even in the animated shows that I've seen where he's clearly played down for children, even still, when you get a good portrayal of him, you're like, he is one of the scariest villains, because there's just something omnipotent about him, and intelligent, and like he's fearful. Like I think he's a scarier villain I don't know about power scaling, but he feels like a scarier villain than Thanos. Because Thanos is like, yeah, he comes in with this crazy amount of power, but he feels very, very rationally insane. Like,
Yeah, but even Thanos, like for example, Thanos in the comics is just an onslaught of power. That's all he is. He is just a fuckboy with a lot of power in the MCU.
I just said that part right there. It's like, so he goes to planets, and then he says he's going to call them back, and he just kills them all.
I didn't mean it like that.
What's
I
what
meant
you
like
called him.
okay, so he's a fuckboy because he's Death's fuckboy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but you mean he's the peace slave, but a fuckboy is somebody who sleeps with you and then don't want to call you back.
Fine, he's a simp. He's Death's simp.
There you go. I just now I can't get out of my head him going to planets, sleeping with women, and then destroying.
He did do that. He did do that actually because he did sleep with them. He had kids with them, and then he went back and started killing them all.
Oh man, he is a fuckboy. Damn.
Yeah, he's a fuckboy and a simp. Oh.
He's a whole lot of bad things.
He's like the embodiment of toxic masculinity. Anyway, Dr. Doom is able to outmaneuver Loki. Like Loki actually isn't able to, like he actually is afraid of him a little bit because he's like, even with magic, he's like, oh, I can't keep up with him. Like Dr. Doom, and the thing is, you can't entirely call him a villain because he's a man who inherently thinks the long game. He knows, because he's time traveled, he knows all the different ways humanity is going to live, and he has chosen to take command of humanity's future to ensure its future. So he's perfectly willing to kill millions of people right now to save the human race. Because he's like, we gonna fuck shit up, we're gonna kill each other, or we're gonna pick a fight with someone and we're gonna die. I know how to save us. So all y'all get on my way.
Interesting.
That's Dr. Doom.
What's the dude at the end of Loki that they met, played by Jonathan Majors?
Kang the Conqueror.
I don't know why, but it's kind of making me feel like what you're describing is remind me a little bit of him, but on just the human planet level, and Kang is like overarching everything.
Exactly. So Kang is all about like saving his reality and destroying everyone else's. And that put him in conflict with Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
And given the aspects of the multiverse that we're getting to, it makes sense we're eventually going to take on the multiversal war that we saw in Secret Wars, and also in I think Axis, and also in I can't remember the third one, but anyway, so Dr. Doom is kind of the guy who was the villain, but also was the one who was like, we need his help. And if Kang the Conqueror, we don't even have a Tony Stark anymore, and so we also don't have Cap. We need to find a group or a pair of leaders that are going to be something along those lines, that they're going to be the focal point.
And Reed Richards, it's definitely somebody who can replace a Tony Stark in intelligence.
Exactly, and also we probably have. I mean, Doctor Strange can do it. If they get the X-Men together, we can also get Professor Xavier, or we could get.
I just don't feel like people would follow Doctor Strange, to be honest with you. I just don't feel like he's
not someone people follow. He is the advisor. He's the backup. He's the guy on the side. He's never the one everyone follows.
Yeah, because he fundamentally was all about himself. He's learned to put other people before him, but he's still arrogant as shit. So people just don't want to follow him.
I'm curious, T. Are you aware much of Dr. Doom outside the movies?
No, not really.
Oh, Lord,
not really. Yeah, I mean, I've seen because I used to watch the Spider-Man animated show, and he would make appearances there.
He did?
Yeah, and when they did the
Spider
Wars, or
yeah.
They did a crossover or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, outside of that, I'm not too familiar with him. But he does come off, from what I know of, like he does come off as like a Thanos level type threat, but it was never really depicted that way in the movies. And so that was kind of always very disappointing for me, where it was like this guy, I feel like this
Yeah.
guy should be more powerful than what they're portraying here. So
He's a master of like technology and intellect, and also a master of magic. Like he can actually go up to toe with Doctor Strange.
interesting. I actually kind of want to see that fight now.
Yeah, he's also pretty strong too, right? He's also strong,
like
physically strong too.
Oh, exactly.
Yes, it's a lot. I mean, the bar has been set at 4%. I'm giving them 4% because there's 4 movies with 4 people in it. so the rating is 4%. So the bar, I mean, like it's not going to be hard to get above that.
Okay, I have 2 questions, one for Tactix and one for the both of you. T, what are your thoughts on John Krasinski directing Fantastic Four?
I love it. Ever since I saw Boss Logic's art of him and
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt as Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. I thought that looked really cool, and I never even considered that until I saw those photos, and then I was like, oh yeah, okay, I could see that. And then the work that he did with A Quiet Place, I like what Maybot said about kind of creating this like horror type of aspect, because we kind of got a little bit of it in the latest Fantastic Four movie. That scene, it was like an epic scene. Like I actually really like the scene where like they get their powers for the first time, but they're all realizing what's going on. Like that shit was horrifying to watch. And I was like, I don't know. Like that was a moment where I was like, I don't understand what the critics are talking about when they say that this is a shit movie. So far, I'm enjoying it. And that scene alone was like, damn. And then it goes 1 year later, and it's just downhill from there. But
oh man,
yeah.
I remember because I remember when this was happening, we all kind of looked at each other. We're like, "Yo, this is actually pretty good."
Yeah,
well, you had already seen it. You had already seen it. So I'm like, Umar, what the fuck, bro? You got
no.
Oh wait, no, you.
I watched it with you guys.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I remember
was like, yo, what the
fuck
are you guys talking about? I'm having a good time. And then 1 year
the
later,
next scene happened.
Yeah, it feels like 1 year because it's like shit, bro.
You know when a movie is like has a certain pace, and then suddenly it says 1 year later, it's like, and this is where they change directors. Like, holy, like it's just like, and now let's go to Johnny's PowerPoint presentation. Like this is totally.
And there wasn't even a backdrop when it said that. It was just like all black, and then title 1 year later, and I was like, oh, okay, they put no effort into this at all.
Phone it in.
But like, so you're also. I actually remember you telling me about like when you watched A Quiet Place for the first time. You were having popcorn.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah.
Not a movie to go to with snacks, even though most movies are. That is, I was watching it at home with my partner, and it was just like. Put it aside. Like he just at some point was like, smack! Like, stop it.
I don't give a fuck if I'm home, guy, but it was just mad awkward in the movie theater because I'm like hungry and I'm like eating, and it's like I'm waiting for like a noisy part to happen, and like there was none of that. So I'm just like, fuck it, man. I paid for my popcorn, I'm gonna eat it. So I'm like, that's all you hear. I'm like, I should have just got gummy bears, bro.
Okay, so
you know what? That would have been smart for them to have like a like a deal with like Maynard's, and then just being like the official. Like and it comes in like a different container that doesn't ruffle and doesn't make noise. Chew, do not disturb your fellow audience members.
Yeah. All right. So my question now to both of you is: we have our people we want for Mr. Fantastic and also for Invisible Woman in a John Krasinski led directed film. Who would you choose for The Thing and for Human Torch?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I want him to reprise that role. I'm dead serious. You know what I loved about that horror that scene that Tactix talks about was Michael B. Jordan's part when he went on flames, and it pisses me off because when I watched it, I was like, I immediately could tell that if they put the audio of him screaming in, you would have known it was horror. But they took the audio out and played music over it to make him look like he was just strong. And I'm like, now he's not strong right now. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan, I would give him another chance to come back. However, I know he can't for obvious reasons. But
so who would you get?
I honestly want to say for these two characters, I want to get new people.
Interesting. Okay.
I want to get like Michael who?
The guy who played him in the first two films. Or I should say the second two films.
I was like, I know that name, but I don't remember. Yeah, no. First off, we don't need a guy who already looks like the Thing before he plays the Thing, because it's all gonna be CGI.
They save on cost and makeup. You just get a guy that looks like fucking jacked up, bro.
And they still have to put rocks on him, bro. You still gotta do the makeup. No, I don't know why, but I kind of want like Emily Blunt and John Krasinski's characters. They're being a little bit older than the other two, and because they're literally parents together, and I think there'd be a really nice storytelling aspect if they're the 40-year-olds and the other ones are like late 20-year-olds, and they're like newer scientists that they're working with, and it's something about how they are. I see what you guys are doing. Umar, you gave it away, you smirking. But where they're basically shepherding them in, and then they all go into the situation, and then you get to see Reed Richards be more of like the figure, and like both of them be kind of a figure that helps shepherd all the other two into being superheroes. There's something about them being younger, newer actors being brought in that I think would just make for a better bond and set up for for them for better in the MCU. That's what I gotta say. Y'all done over there?
Yeah.
Y'all done muting each other and making each other laugh?
I didn't mute nobody.
You didn't moo nobody?
I didn't mute nobody. Anyway, so I would say that so I was discussing it last night before the movie started and we came up with Zac Efron and John Cena.
Yeah, Zac works too. John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena would make a great Human Torch. For sure.
I don't think that's what he's going with.
All right. Moving on. So we had another unfortunate on stage comedic situation happen. Dave Chapelle, while performing his Netflix show, he was doing a stage performance for Netflix. Someone got on stage and tried to rugby tackle him, and that person got beat the hell up by security.
Yeah, it was a full-on brawl, full-on stomp.
Yeah, Dave got some licking too.
Yeah, they basically went backstage and filmed "Stomp the Yard" 4.
Yeah, and this has the reason. This one of the many reasons this has been brought up is already, and frankly, it happened immediately as it happened. This is being related to the Will Smith incident with at the Oscars with Chris Rock. I'm just saying, if this is going to be a new trend, that's not going to be a good look for Will Smith's psyche, because he's going to not enjoy being the starter of a new trend just because of a moment of weakness.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't also help that Chris Rock made the joke. Was that Will Smith over there? He came on stage and said that. It definitely connected the two.
Yeah. I thought it was wasn't it Jamie Foxx who came up?
Jamie Foxx took over while Dave went back for a stomp, and then Chris Rock came out when Dave came back out and took the mic from Dave and made the joke saying, was that Will Smith? Yeah. So they both were there.
I did not know that second bit.
You now know.
But Maybot did.
Yep, absolutely.
So what do you guys think about this? T?
I mean, I think people are blowing this whole Will Smith thing out of proportion. I don't think this is the first time a comedian's been rushed on stage. Maybe it's the first time it's been public. But yeah, I mean, people are just kind of capitalizing on the whole Will Smith fiasco from the Oscars. And yeah, I agree with you, Umar. I think this is going to really hurt his comeback, you know, because he's kind of keeping a low profile as he should. But, you know, given the circumstances that took place in this event, it's not going to be a good look for him. And it's going to take a while for him to kind of live this down. I think given time, people maybe not forget about it, but like it'll be less like people didn't even remember the first time he slapped a dude. Well, I'm talking about Will Smith, the first time he slapped a dude until the whole Chris Rock thing, right? So yeah, it's unfortunate that, you know, your stupid actions kind of carry on or follow you like a shadow for years to come until the next big thing happens. So you make your bed, you got to lie in it, right? So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, like the Dave Chappelle's reaction was obviously on point in terms of the funny. That they fucked that dude up. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm studying anatomy, and I don't think his elbow is supposed to be like contorted like that. So yeah,
I've been looking at this picture a lot, and ironically, the arm they broke was the other arm. This is just him literally sitting like this, like they handcuffed him and then like pushed him into the seat. But and like I think there's like a filming of him moving more, and he might even dislocated the shoulder in the process of like getting into the ambulance.
Oh, good God!
Yeah, one dislocated arm, one broken arm, two giant foreheads on one. Yeah, the guy got messed up. I mean,
apparently Maybot saying he's a rapper. So I don't know. I don't know what his motive was though. Like, what was he trying to accomplish? And did he think that he was going to do that and leave unscathed?
I even saw a picture. I don't even know if it's true, but there was like something like a gun with a knife that sticks out of it, like a prop, like you know when you get those gun lighter
that's what
things.
I heard too. Yeah.
So he had like some weapon on him too. So I mean, the only thing I'm really interested about this is his beating is so severe that I'm worried that there's going to be like negative repercussions that comes back to Dave Chappelle specifically.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like his security team, not so much, because that's literally what they're employed to do. Like, and they get a certain like I think exceptions and stuff like that when you're security and you use violence and your job was to protect people with violence. But yeah, Dave jumping in there, I feel like that's gonna come back in some kind of way. But I mean, he did really go out of his way.
The guy did attack him, and if he had a weapon on him, well, for one, that's somebody needs to get fired for even allowing that to happen. Like, how did that get past security? And then two, I mean, the guy jumped on stage and assaulted Dave Chappelle. Like, actually, like like tried to body check him. Like, that's crazy. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there'll be like major blowback in that regard, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
Darcy, like, what do you think? Also, like, do you guys think this is going to be captured in the Netflix special?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. They'll definitely keep it in.
Yeah. I mean, was he filming in this one or was just on tour for it? I feel like he'd be filming just based on the way the set looks. But
either way, you know he's gonna be joking about this in his next special. So,
like, if this isn't the one they keep because let's say it was too screwed up to like piece together, they film another one. But it's gonna be all up. Like it's gonna be a whole part of it, and then there's gonna be clips, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be a different kind of special we never seen before for obvious reasons. Yeah, I mean. You rush someone on stage like that to body check them, you should be prepared. Your body's going to be checked on the way out the building. That's all. Like, like it's just like, as much as I do feel like definitely the response might have been excessive, or definitely was excessive. At the same time, like what do you expect, especially after not to put it out there, but the whole situation with Will, everyone's up in arms about a comedian getting hit, and you go just like take it to the next level. like the response is gonna be hard. I'm just, if he is a rapper though, I look forward to other people's diss tracks because those have got to be coming.
So would when he was doing music, would Will Smith be considered a rapper?
He absolutely was a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this a new trend of rappers versus comedians?
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
I'm just like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been a few other rappers who had problems with comedians, but they never walked up on stage and did it.
not until now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I feel like that's a dropping bar though for the rappers. Like, just don't be doing that. Don't be going out there doing that. That's just like, you look like a punk if you go there slapping comedians and stuff like that. I'm sorry. It's what it looks like, and this guy does not look like anything but a punk to everybody right now. So, yeah.
How about you, T? Are you all for the rapper versus comedian war?
My head automatically went to you know that line in I forget, it was one of Eminem's song where he says Will Smith doesn't have to cuss in his raps to sell records. My head was just like, well, Will Smith has to slap comedians to sell records, so this guy was probably like, that's how you do it, and he just rushed the stage and he's like, and he attacked Dave Chapelle or whatever, and yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know, I've never even heard of this guy. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why he did it. He
probably did it so people would know who he is.
Probably, because I'm dumbfounded as to like he must have been high. He must have been on something, because why else do you do that? And like, I hope that ass whooping was worth it, because man, they fucked him all the way up. That was, yeah, I got nothing more to say, man. That I don't know why he did it.
One last follow-up question.
Okay.
For semi-related to this, not really. What if, like a year from now, okay, as part of Will Smith's growth, right? He drops a song as big as Just the Two of Us, but as like a part of his growth, and it's like an apology. How y'all feel about that?
And
honestly,
it's a collab with this dude.
I'm done.
like we sorry, yo.
Actually, it'd be we sorry. It'd be
Just
awesome.
The two of us are sorry.
It'd be awesome if this guy came in for like the third verse or something, and then Will, you just hear Will smack him in the studio, the song cuts out, and you're like, perfect, acceptable, let's move on. Oh man. Oh, that was too much.
That was good. That was good.
Oh man.
All right, moving on to our final topic and our main topic. We are going, now that all the episodes have been aired on Disney Plus, we are going to review the season as a whole of Moon Knight. So, all 6 episodes have been released. Moon Knight is officially done. There's currently no talk of a season 2, but yeah. So let's just jump right into it. So I want to know. We all want to know what you thought of the season overall, what you thought of the last 3 episodes in particular, and also what you give the entire series out of 10, and where does it rank in all 6 of the Disney Plus TV series. So, Darcy, let's start with you, brother.
I'm not supposed to remember that laundry list of things you just came up with.
I got you.
Okay. Overall, I enjoyed the show. Not my favorite show. It was my favorite character, hands down, though, is Steven. I fucking love Steven. Everything about him, I enjoyed every scene with him.
Okay.
I want to say overall 7 out of 10 for me. And I enjoyed the last 3 episodes. I kind of felt like the very ending, it kind of nullified some of the payoff, but at the same time, the after credit scene was super dope, and it was a really big setup. And I enjoy seeing what's her name, get in there and get her stripes. I'm absolutely loving it. I didn't love the line that they had
I
where
know.
because I'm like, oh great, we haven't learned anything from Endgame. Like, I'm like, I get it. When Endgame came out, that scene with all the girls was really, really good, but then it doesn't age well over time because it felt kind of forced and cheesy, right? And then he had this like line where it's like, are you an
An
Egyptian
Egyptian
hero?
superhero.
Yeah, superhero. And I'm like, what a stupidly worded line. Like, Tactics, you pulled up the
Are you
movie right
watching
now?
the episode right now?
Yeah, I gotta catch up, man. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
But don't keep going, Darcy. I'll just breeze right through these.
Okay, all right. We might have
This is
to
some bullshit, man.
I'm gonna put you on mute, okay? Because I already watched the whole episode. That's not what we're here for. All right, well, okay. But that whole line of like, "Are you Egyptian superhero?" Like, I honestly feel like a more realistic line that would have come out of that girl's mouth would have been something like, I don't know, like, "Are you a superhero?" But like, not the Egyptian part. Like, it was just so specifically worded, right? Like, it
I
was
hear
just
you, but I saw someone who was like not from the same community, but like I'm South Asian, and to like like this is like the beginnings of like a representation that like we've not have. So I agree it was cheesy as fuck, but at the same time I was kind of happy that we got one.
I'm happy we got one. I just kind of feel like she should have said something maybe in Egyptian, right? Like,
She did.
did she say it in Egyptian? I
Yes.
thought it was said in English. Okay,
No.
maybe it's from reading.
It was in
remember-
Egyptian.
Maybe it sounds better in Egyptian than it did to read it. It just
Yeah, I will give you that.
like, because the way it was translated, it didn't feel like an organic thing to say. It felt like a planted line to make
It wasn't.
a point.
No. It was definitely a planted line to make a point, but the thing is, I needed that point to be made.
I'm with you. I just feel like that point could have been made in a more tasteful way, where it was something even without words being said, just the look, the moment, or something. I don't know. How to put it. It's not that I don't want the point to be made. I absolutely want the point to be made. I just want
You
it to
just
be
want it not
made.
to be so cheesy.
It's not even like I don't. It's not that like I don't want the cheesiness. Like someone's like, oh, I don't. Oh, stop pushing it down our throats. That's not even it. It's like for me, it's just like I want it to be an emotional moment, and it takes me out of it. And it's like I want to feel the weight of what she represents to that girl, not hear it and then feel nothing. That's what bothers me. I feel nothing from it because it doesn't feel real. Versus if you gave me something where it felt like this girl is now looking up and seeing herself being saved by someone who represents her. And then I'm like, oh, I feel the weight of that. And they just lost me on that line so hard.
Would you say the Falcon and Winter Soldier did better? Because they were pretty heavy-handed in that show too.
But being heavy-handed in conversations about like having dialogue about problems is different. Like that moment was like when Falcon was like, I'm Captain America, and you're like, okay, and you didn't feel it, right? In the last episode, that's what that was like. And again, of course, ironically, it was in the last episode. But when they were having conversations about issues that Black people are having, and they were being very, very vocal about it, it was having it in a way that was tangible. Conversations between Black men about their views of generationally, having a conversation with people at a bank and the bank not really supporting you, right? These things are organic. It didn't just like was walking down the street and then someone said something. It's like, let me tell you in a diatribe way about all the problems of Black people. I'm just going to talk to you, one person, and not show you anything. That's like the big difference. So this to me was just like the problem at the end of Falcon, where it was just like that last episode didn't have moments that didn't feel organic.
Okay. Do you have any more outside that point?
I mean, overall, it was really the way it ended, like that last little clip there, and I'm afraid to even move forward on any of my slides now that Tactix hasn't seen the episode.
Do it, just do it. It's his own fault.
But I'm really looking
fault.
forward to what Moon Knight could be, and I think that because they're saying that like season 2 isn't planned, is that I think it's because he's going into the movies. I don't think he's going.
I agree.
Yeah. So, but Umar, what did you think? Giving Tactix some more time.
We need to give Tactix a little bit more time. Okay, so personally, I'm with you. I think 7 out of 10. It like, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 as well. In terms of ranking, I would say that it's like WandaVision for me, then Loki, then What If, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Moon Knight, then Hawkeye. I was really enjoying the first half of the season, but I felt that they kind of the creative direction of this series took a badly decision. It was a bad decision to do it in the order they did. I would have preferred that we get our first 3 episodes and then we get the final episode 4th, and then do the second the last 2 episodes before, like the 2 episodes like 4 or 5 as the final episode. Because frankly, there was so little Moon Knight in this entire series. Like, I'm all for showing us, like, getting more characterization, more focusing on the character, not so much on the superhero. But like, that doesn't mean you all but negate the superhero, because like Moon Knight was barely in this movie. Even in the climactic battle, they literally cut away for the best part of it. And also, when we were going through episodes 4 and 5, when we're like, don't get me wrong, I love the Egyptian mythology that they've been like pushing through. I am eating it all in. And also the fact that the director, Mohammed Daib, is wanting to show an authentic Egyptian like people in Egypt, but also less eroticized or exotified Egyptian mythology. I'm like, yes, give me more mythology, because like, I did it, like I studied it at school and I loved it. So I am all for showing us the gods, getting them their avatars, doing all that shit, showing us them going to the fields and going meeting Tauret and like everything like that, weighing the souls, all of that. I love it. I'm there. Problem is, and don't get me wrong, like Oscar Isaac killed it.
Yep, agreed.
Especially in the 5th episode. In the 5th episode, when he's crying about his mom, he nailed it. I'm with Oscar Isaacs on his acting, and I love the subtleties of the accents between Steven, Mark, and also Jake, because Jake, his accent came in randomly, and most people missed it.
Oh, it was so good.
In fact, yeah, and in fact, Maybot actually was the one who pointed out to me a couple times that like that was Jake. I was like, and I replayed it. I'm like, oh fuck, that was a different accent, because it sounds more like a Chicagoan accent.
And someone's saying it's so well hinted, because like neither Mark or Steven would have asked out that woman at the at the museum, because like Mark was married and loved his woman, but was didn't want to like hurt her. And then Steven's just, I mean, man, a simp of simps, man, ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay, and since you brought it up, let's bring up Layla. I fucking love Layla. That character was dope, and the actress was awesome. And I know this is going to be a weird thing, but I love the fact that they showed her hair curly and also making her a superhero, and she looks dope as fuck. Like, that is a cosplay for like that I wish I could do. I ain't going to do it, but like, it looks badass. Actually, both of those look badass. Like, seriously, like, look at the costumes. These are fucking amazing.
I mean, other than the fact that the chest is obviously associated for a female, the rest of her costume is completely unisex. Like,
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to take from
I was just giving you an opportunity to be able to do it, Umar.
I appreciate it. But like no, I'm in love with Layla, and I'm also in love with the actress who plays Layla. I think it's Maya Kalamwe. I'm butchering names today, so I apologize to everybody. And I hope you oh God, I hope she's not watching this and gets mad at me for.
I don't want to say her name, Umar, but like everybody else, we just call her Wife Crush Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she won us
what's
all
the anime
over.
term? It's like a waifu or something like that. Like, she's definitely not a waifu territory, but like nonetheless, Layla kicks ass. I love her. She's fantastic. But and also the fact that they showed like the Scarlet Scarab, like it in a really like first of all they made it into a female and also made it like look really fucking awesome because like I was never a fan of the Scarlet Scarab's like outfit. Anyway, all of that was fantastic. However, going through Mark's memories for 2 episodes and seeing him trying to overcome his mental health illness was also very like rewarding, but it lacked being profound because we don't know Moon Knight. We haven't seen Moon Knight. We haven't seen him do anything. What the? Maybe what you talk about? I'm just gonna like carry on. So excuse me. I just felt that we're getting 2 episodes of background on a character that isn't as profound because we haven't seen how far he's gone. We've hinted at it. We've been like implied to it, but we haven't seen it. Also, having the reveal of Jake, like it would have made sense for us to actually see Jake doing his fight sequence at the very end, and for Mark and Steven to realize and remember all of the fights that we've missed throughout the season, and that be our introduction to Jake, as opposed to what we got as like a twist ending.
I agree with that.
So like there was a lot of potential here, and it was kind of wasted. So what I was expecting to get wasn't what I got, because like this felt like someone running the series that wasn't quite ready for it. Like they did a good job, but like they definitely made some not rookie mistakes, but obvious mistakes.
By the way, Umar, to answer your question as to why you were confused before, this is what not waifu, crush, or bae. When a woman way out of your league is appealing, you call them mommy. And then she also says, I watch too many TikToks.
Oh, well, thank you for informing me that, Maybot, but that's terrifying. And I don't want to think any more of it. I'm going to carry on from that. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, like 7 out of 10 for me. Darcy, where does this rank with the 6 out of all 6?
I was hoping you wouldn't follow up on that question because I can't even remember all the movies. Like, I put
it in the chat.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't want to try to figure out the ranking. It's too much work. The more shows they drop, the harder this gets. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, actors are great. These 2 on screen were the best. And
was this above WandaVision for you?
I don't know. Like, WandaVision for me now feels old in a weird way. Like, all of the fun charm of the mystery, now that I know the secret, feels different to me, right? You know, like it was in the moment, and now I got all these different shows, and I'm like, and they're all good. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't know if I'd rewatch any of these shows, which is more of an interesting point. That's the thing for me. Like, I don't see myself going to like. I mean, I don't really go back often and go, oh, I got to rewatch that whole show. But there's been some shows where I've gone and rewatched whole seasons. Young Justice being one of them. I rewatched all of that all the way through. Justice animated series. A lot of DC. But anyways, and I don't know if I necessarily see myself going back and rewatching them. But I will say I want to see these 2 characters in more Marvel stuff. That's what I do.
Amen. Fucking man.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
I think we've given enough time Tactics, what little you can provide.
You've been removed from the corner. Let's go.
Oh man, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Moon Knight was barely in it. Oscar Isaac killed it, especially when he was crying about his mom, you know? I fucking love Layla. The actress was awesome. I love her curly hair. I just love her curly hair. I love her.
Fuck her.
I feel like going through Mark's memories was like for 2 episodes was really rewarding, but we haven't really seen him in like a whole lot of stuff. And like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I wanted more, but you know, solid 7 out of 10. I feel. Yeah.
How would you rank it?
Yeah. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
What about with the
But I
other
don't.
shows,
I mean, to be honest, like I don't really remember like WandaVision, and to be honest, I don't think I would actually really go back and watch any of those shows. But I do want to see them show up in the actual movies, like you know. The DC stuff I watch all the time. I can rewatch those. Like, Marvel, not so much.
Yeah, for anyone who's listening, who's confused, we're now doing a Coles Notes version of each section as we go through the section. Oh man, that's great.
So T, what was the last episode you did see?
Episode 3.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I fell off, bro. I fell off after the last time we spoke about it. I was like, after I heard Darcy's opinion, I was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of feel the same way. And like, I tried to go back and watch it, and I'm like, there's nothing pulling me back into this outside of Layla. But even then, I'm like, it's not strong enough, man. I do like.
Why'd you tell us?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I didn't even think I was gonna make the show today, to be honest. So
maybe you should have skipped it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well then.
Yeah. So
this would be then dead last for you because like you couldn't even get back to finishing it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll. I mean, I'm kind of curious, but not. Like my day after has to already be free.
Yeah, I mean, I think the day will come. I think you'll just watch it for Layla. That's it.
Yeah.
Just being honest. Being honest here. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Might as well just give Nagar your password for Disney Plus.
She's hunting in the whole comment section looking for it. So
she's like hoping anyone got the free password? Password?
Yeah, if you give me your Disney Plus account, I'll have something to say.
That's a bold-faced lie from her. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's like she didn't even finish Superman.
What one?
The 1978 movie.
I mean, old movies ain't for everybody. I'm not saying they're not good.
It's a hard watch if you haven't grown up with it.
Yeah, because like a lot of times for people when they see a movie from like the 70s or 80s, it's like, yo, not all of this ages well, right? And then like you miss the actual core of like what you want them to take out of it because they get distracted by the fact that like, oh man, when did we get cell phones again? And why are they using a giant rotary for this thing? Like,
oh man, I don't even want to like read out Nagar's last comment.
That's all good. We don't have to. We still run the show. All right. I will eventually finish Superman. Give me to the end of the year. That does feel like a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we have concluded our section of the Geeky Bros podcast. I'm sorry. I'm really frazzled right now because Tactix lied to me for like 2 days. Well, actually 2 weeks.
What else is new?
Why don't you tell me the truth, man?
I didn't lie. I just didn't say anything.
You said you were all caught up. You said you were all caught up.
Whoa, I did not say that.
On Saturday, I said, are you keeping up with Moon Knight? And you're like, yeah.
You never asked me that on Saturday.
I definitely did.
No, you didn't. We never talked about Moon Knight on Saturday.
It was a passing comment, but we did talk about it.
You know me and passing comments. I don't listen to you. You gotta be direct, man.
Okay, I'm going to be direct right now. Are you going to watch Demon Slayer now that the English dub is available?
Yeah.
Yo, you
Darcy.
actually have.
Okay, look.
I'm not saying win, but you have to
will
finish
eventually finish Demon Slayer. Just give me until the end of the year.
I hate you. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Oh.
Oh man, that kills me.
I will actually die.
Honestly, Tactix though, of all things, like the season finale for Demon Slayer and the payoff for watching it is well worth it. Of all
it's not
things,
even not just the season finale. The last 5 episodes. Of the
100%. The second he gets into the real battle, it's going to be just nonstop. I'm jealous of you that you're going to get to binge it in all one go and not have to wait week by week. But I'm just saying, like it is
There's
the
5
best
episodes.
No, there's 11 episodes in total, but like the first 5 are like okay, and the last 6, like the first 5 are interesting, like they're like okay, but you feel like they're set up, and then the last 6 take all the setup and then just like shoot up into a rocket ship of awesomeness.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, like, the way it ends, the last 2 episodes are just on a level we haven't seen. Like, what I want to say is, like, my favorite episode from My Hero Academia, that whole thing with Endeavor, take that episode, times it by 4, and that's the last 2 episodes. Like that's the level. And so I'm just saying, like, when you can prioritize, make sure to prioritize that, because when you get to that last 2 episodes, Umar and I are just gonna be over here like, oh, my phone's blowing up. Tactix is sitting, he's watching Demon Slayer.
I feel he's gonna like do the last 3 episodes all at once, and then he's going like the third last episode he's gonna be like texting us. The second last episode he's just like straight up like nonstop barraging us with text, and then he's gonna do a conference call for the last episode.
Or there's gonna be a moment of silence in between where he just goes quiet, right? There's like nothing is said, and he's like, it's like, well, did you finish it? Yeah, I just couldn't take my eyes off of it, so I just forgot to text you guys, like something to that effect.
Oh man, yeah. T, like, I kid you not, like Moon Knight, I'll let that go. But like, if you don't do this, I on our deathbeds, like when we're dying in the old folks' home, I'll be like, yo, man, you remember that time you didn't watch Demon Slayer season 3?
What if you die first?
I'll still say it.
When you said deathbed, I was thinking of like Tactix Tombstone. Here lies a man who started but didn't finish Demon Slayer season 3. he will forever rest with regret.
I can say, like, I meet up with Tactix in the afterlife. He's like, bro, that's what you put on my tombstone? I'm like, maybe this is what happens when you don't watch a show.
Yeah, it's like, in this afterplay, do they have Demon Slayer though?
Wait, hold up. No, I don't like this precedent, because if I go first, I'm terrified what you guys are going to put on my tombstone.
Finally, far enough away.
I feel everyone else would be offended, but you two.
Yeah, everybody would be pissed because they don't understand the inside joke. Just the bros would be standing around like, yep, that was the right move. Everybody else is like, you guys are assholes. Like, you know.
Oh man.
All right. I'm gonna kick it back to Darcy for our final arguments or final statements.
Yeah, you setting up that way too hard. I don't know what you're expecting out of me. All I'm gonna be is like, this is another edition of the Geeky Bros Podcast. My name is just Darcy. One of y'all gotta pick it up from here.
It's your boy Tactix.
This is Big Geek Umar. Wait, what just happened?
I got the wrong face.
So we will figure out this new system now that Tactix is kicking ass in school. But yeah, please like and subscribe and live long and prosper, everybody. And we'll see you on Saturday, or sorry, we'll see you this weekend after we give our spoiler-free review of the Doctor Strange movie. And we'll see you next week for the full review.
Ooh, the sweat. You're nervous, aren't you, bro?
I am. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
Not far enough away yet.
Ooh, this is awkward for you. I can feel it. I'm glad it's not me.
It's awkward for everyone now.
No, just you. Just you. I'm having the time of my life right now. I'm not even in the room.